back with another review in the KEANUVERSE review series. And this time, it's Point Break with Keanu Reeves, obviously, and Patrick Swayze. Guys, I've seen this once before and I liked it. But this viewing, I gotta tell you, I really enjoyed it. Like, the beginning of the movie is but the beginning of any movie can be It's just how it's going, how it goes further. So in this movie, Keanu Reeves plays Johnny Utah, who is an FBI agent. He's undercover. He is assigned to Angelo Pappas, played by Gary Busey, and in charge of them is Harp, played by John C. McGinley. And let me say, Keanu Reeves, Gary Busey are great on screen. Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze are great on screen together, so it kind of works. And at this point, Gary Busey hadn't lost it yet, so very respected actor. And Keanu is pretty good in this too. So Keanu plays Johnny Utah, an FBI agent, and Pappas, played by Gary Busey, has this theory that they're chasing down this gang called the Ex-Presidents, and he has a theory that they're surfers, they're like tan lines and stuff. So in doing this, they set up Johnny Utah, Keanu's character. They set him up to be. Hold on. Forgot to do that. Second one I did. They set him up to go undercover as a surfer, which, looking at Keanu at this point, he does look like a surfer. You get that look. And the other thing I want to talk about, when they introduce him, he's wearing a suit. And of course, now, because he's John Wick, you can see Keanu wearing a suit. Keanu now wearing a suit works. Keanu in 1991 wearing a suit, not so much. Because you're used to Keanu Reeves playing this laid-back surfer dude type character, and he shows up wearing a suit, and you just kind of, no. John Wick now is fine. But back then, just not. But thankfully, he doesn't keep the suit for long. But so he goes undercover, and he meets Tyler, played by Lori Petty, and they have sort of a romantic thing going on. She teaches him how to surf after a little berating on his part, and eventually he meets up with Bodie and his gang, who are, in fact, the ex-presidents. But there's some leeway. There's this rival gang. I forgot what they're called. But it's made it look like they might be the ex-presidents, but they only have, cocaine or heroin, one of the two. They have cocaine, and it seems like there was a sting operation going on with someone else. So there was a part during this sting operation. They were doing. I just laughed my ass off because there's this part where they go in, they invade, they start shooting the place up because they're not gonna let them go and let what's the cops and stuff. And things just shit just goes out the window, and there's this naked chick there, right? And she's like beating the shit out of Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves got his ass kicked by a naked chick. I'm serious. And then it's revealed that the DEA or something agent was undercover trying to get the stuff on him. No, you can't do that because half of them are dead or whatever, and it's all gone. So, Utah's reputation is tarnished at this point. Well, And I gotta question this. Because this next part, he's supposed to be undercover, right? Why wasn't he wearing a mask? Okay, now there's parallels between this and Fast and Furious. They said that the Fast and Furious is like a loose remake of this, and it is very similar. But even in that movie, Paul Walker covered his face when they went to investigate the red herrings, things. Just like in Point Break and Fast and the Furious, there's this gang led by Johnny Tran who they think is the culprit, but they're not. But they're not, because it's just like DVD players and stuff that were bought legally. But like, he covers his face. Keanu doesn't cover his face in this. These guys have seen him before. They know that he hangs out with Bodhi. So if something happened, they could tell Bodhi, "Hey, yo, your man Johnny Utah, he's working with the cops." And that's another thing. At least Brian in Fast and Furious had enough smarts to at least somewhat change his name. He didn't give him... Brian Earl Spillner was the name he gave, but he was really Brian O'Connor. Johnny Utah just plain out says his name is Johnny Utah. He can't come up with a cover name or anything. Just Johnny Utah. Okay, fine. Whatever. But he doesn't cover his face. And even they're doing a sting operation, right? And it's the infamous scene where they're in the car, and Busey says, "Hey, there's a sandwich shop around the corner. Give me 2 meatball subs." That's 2. 2. And so he goes and he gets the 2 meatball subs, 2 lemonade, and a tuna on wheat, which sounds kind of good right now. But he gets that stuff. He comes back, and the dead president's robbing a bank. So what happens is a foot chase ensues. And Utah is completely unmasked. His face is out for all to see. So by the end of this chase, they know that he's a cop. So that ruins everything. And okay, there's a scene where Tyler, Lori Petty's character, freaks out on him because she finds his badge or whatever. Why didn't Bodhi tell her? Why did she have to find out that way? What couldn't Bodhi have told her, "Hey, your boyfriend's an FBI agent. He's been lying to you the whole time." I'm trying to do a Patrick Swayze impersonation. I'm not the best, but yeah, I don't know. It's just weird that she found out that way, and she freaks out on him, right? And she leaves. We get to see, a bit of a cleavage thing here, and we get to see some butt cheeks, and we get to see part of Keanu's butt cheeks. I don't really care about that. It's like watching Lethal Weapon and seeing Mel Gibson's ass right in my face. Not really want to see that, but so she leaves, and then he tries to call her, and then it cuts to a scene where Bodhi and his gang are talking, trying to figure out what to do. So they decide to show up at Johnny's place. They take him and they go skydiving, which is a pretty cool scene. Now, I'm a big advocate for all Blu-rays need to fit the entire screen. This widescreen bullshit, it was bullshit when DVDs came out with it, and it's bullshit especially with the Blu-rays, because to me it diminishes the HD quality of your movie to have it in widescreen. Fit the whole screen. That makes the HD movie, a Blu-ray, much, much better. And the skydiving scene, and some of the surfing scenes too, would have been a lot better had it fit the entire screen, but they didn't. But I'm sitting there watching the skydiving scene, and I'm thinking, this would be way better if it fit the entire screen. Even at the end with the surfing thing, it would have been better. But, it's still good, the way they shot it, and when you're not going to land on land or whatever. Plan on going in the water anyway. And then afterwards is where the shit hits the fan, because they say, shows the video, I hate to do this, man. he shows that they have Tyler, and while he tries to pass it off like it's Lee Jorgensen's character's fault, you know, he's kind of in on it, and it's like, so he's doing this to get her back, and so they make him rob a bank, and of course they don't have a mask for him. That's kind of the thing for him for the entire movie, is he doesn't wear a mask, so he's seen, you know. And there's an undercover cop. There's a cop, an on-duty cop, there, and he's like, he pulls out the gun, and Johnny's like, FBI undercover, you know. He yells it out, so multiple people must have heard him, and yet after the gang gets away, whatever, they you know, Bodhi shoots the cop. And they get away. One of them, their guys die, and they get away. And then, you know, there's a lot of parallels to Fast and Furious. I'm gonna say right now, one of their guys dies in Fast and Furious. It was Jesse, but Vince also was taken away at one point. I don't know. So Johnny knows where they're taken off from, so he and Busey go there, and Busey like doing, you know, hiding and stuff. He's like, I made it, or I'm here, whatever, but you're not alone. He goes, of course not. And like, because he wants his girlfriend returned to him, you know. I would too if I was in his shoes. And so he's, you know, he asked for one of the guys. Oh, he's around here somewhere or whatever, but I don't know if you can see him. And a couple of them die. One of them dies. And like Bodhi's like the only one that survives besides Lee Jorgensen's character, who like meets him there or whatever. And like, okay, I'm gonna take this next part, I'm gonna pull it apart. They jump out of the plane again, like, Patrick Swayze takes Bodhi takes the parachute, puts it on, he jumps out. And then Utah jumps out that room with a gun, and he finally gets to him, he grabs him, he's holding on to him, he says, pull the parachute. He goes, no, you pull it. You have to drop the gun to pull it, or you have nothing to hold on to. He doesn't have to drop the gun. It's a very simple explanation of what you can do with the gun. Put it in his pants, right? Rip the cord, pull it back out, and point the gun at him. It's very easy. It would be, I know you're falling in midair, but it'd still be very easy. All you gotta do is you put the gun in the pocket or something, like in your pants, right? You pull a thing, you allow it to rip up, and then you pull the gun back out and you point it at him. I'm not sure if that's like logically if it works that way, but to me it seems it would be, you know, it would work that way. I mean, no comments if I'm wrong. You know, I don't know. I'm not the expert at this, but it seems like it would be easy just to kind of put it in a pocket or there or something to where he doesn't want to let it go. But he lets it go, pulls the thing. They're like this close to the ground, and the parachute barely opens up before they land. So at least one of them would have broken a leg at least. Going that velocity, he didn't have much time to slow down. At least a leg would have been broken or something. But I digress. So and this next part bothers me too. All right. The last time we see Tyler, she's freaking out at Johnny. What happens? So by the way, Gary Busey dies at the airport. Yeah, I got to mention that. Spoilers, of course, always. At least for home video release reviews. But like they released Tyler and she runs right to him. The last time we saw, she was pissed off at him, and she left and everything. You know, all of a sudden she's embracing him, and like when he's looking at Bodhi, she's like kissing his neck or whatever. It's like, really? Kind of quick. And then it cuts to sometime in the future, because relatively sometime in the future, Swayze's hair is longer, he's got more of a beard. Keanu's hair is longer, he's got stubble. And like he finds him at this, like Bodhi's been trying to find the perfect surf, and there's a storm coming, bring out the perfect surf, and he arrests him, but he, you know, Bodhi convinces him, I gotta do this. So he lets him go, and then like one of the other agents is like, you let him go. We can get him when he comes back. He's not coming back. I know he says a line when he lets him go, but I'm saving that. And, and then that's how it ends. Like, he serves and it ends and stuff like that. This movie is good. Another solid 8 out of 10 for me. I really enjoyed this movie. I did. So yeah, remember, what are your thoughts on Point Break? Let me know in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe as always. And until next time, vaya con Dios.